If anybody ever ends up having the issue where you keep getting kicked out of Trove, that's because apparently there's some really big bugs going on where you can't join into the world if you ended up logging out in a club. So RIP, but the way that you can actually resolve that is just close the application and join the game through a friend. What's up, dudes and dudes to the arena? My name's Scythe and we are back again for some more Trove on the PS4. Is it Quattro? I don't really know. I'm not American, so I don't know things from other languages. So we're going to be going to U3 today and going to be doing okay. I would love to show you all the club world, but I don't know if the game's going to constantly crash, so we'll save that for the end of the episode. But otherwise, lots and lots of things have been changing and going on here, folks. Like, seriously, it is insane. And before we get started with all that, though, would very much appreciate if you would hit that like button, and thank you so much if you do. Now, shout-outs! We've got a lot of them. So, first and foremost, Cole Bay 7 ended up giving me 3 parts to the Neon Night Sky Wings, which is nuts. Also ended up giving me this Lesser Dragon Cache. We'll just open it here on camera, 300 flux, so thanks for that one, dude. Pro_gamer_X101 ended up giving me some Shadow Gear. Whoopsie daisy, gotta go in this direction. And then Mr. Eric 083 threw me a Fey Dragonling ally, which is the one that we're rocking right now. He's kind of cute, he's kind of adorable for the most part. It's because he gives us a little bit of extra magic damage. Not much though, but something worthwhile. Balancing Guardian threw me a S4 magic damage ring. I don't know if that's the one that I'm rocking right now. I actually have one that's actually magic fine and one that is a jump ring. So I'm pretty sure he gave me the jump ring, which we're rocking right now. Jarrell 108 ended up throwing me this beautiful Dreamy Brony. Also donated a bunch of different portals. We actually have all the portals in the PS4 club already, which is insane. And he threw me a Digsley as well, so that was nice of him. He helps me out with all the mining stuff, right? Then UT0987654321 ended up actually donating the U5, 6, and 7 portals, apparently. Maybe I'm getting that mixed up with an Xbox player, though. Sorry if I am. Then there was also the officer, Dead Reckoning's friend, ended up giving the U3 and U4 water pearls, so thank you for that one, buddy. Then there was also Dead Reckoning just throwing me a Heartophone that I can randomly use on somebody. I don't know if I'll ever get the chance. Then he also threw me some Flux and an S4 ring. Then Handsome Spork ended up throwing me a bunch of blocks, helped me with building and stuff. We actually have a pretty killer hub laid down now. And a bunch of architects that are just going absolutely nuts with their builds in the club world. I really hope I can show you all this. And then Atticus Death, who ended up throwing a bunch of really like pricey blocks as far as like for crafting with the house and stuff. And I'm sorry if I ended up missing any extra shout outs. While there is still quite a few things going on, you do gotta understand how not only am I just busy with the series and everything like that, I want to show you this here, folks. So lots of people are always asking, dude, can you friend me? Can you friend me? Can you friend me? I would love to. Really. I would love if it would ever load there. Over 1,500 friend requests. I mean, thank you, like seriously, but adding like specific people, I'm very, very hard pressed to actually do that just because of the fact that I'd be going through like over 1,000 different people. Where is the, like, how do you get through this stupid dungeon? That's one thing about this dungeon, like, it's cool and all, but it takes way too long to end up getting to the end. Not to mention this frame rate is absolutely gross, even though we're on the PS4, which means that we are getting better frame rate than usual. Also, hopefully in the next episode, let me actually double check this. Yeah, okay, cool. So in the next Trove episode for both Xbox and PS4, we're going to be giving away some Streamer Dream Boxes. Now, I'm going to explain the process towards that. Screw this dungeon, seriously. I don't care. Let's see if the game crashes. But we're not going to give those away today because I'm still getting them. But what those codes are going to end up doing is you apply them on the Trove website. I guess Club Worlds are just broken. That's stupid. But yeah, you just apply them on the Trove website and they get tied to your account, and then you're going to end up getting a bunch of streamer allies, while also having the chance to get Balefire Wings, which will be very, very helpful for beginning players, and the Robo Raptor mount. Seriously, this is stupid, so I'm going to have to close the game and rejoin through somebody. Man, Man alive. Like, seriously, this game can't even handle itself, dude. The funny thing is, none of these bugs are anything new. These are actually bugs that were around on this same version of Trove on the PC. So it's like, come on, devs, you really gotta get on the ball with some of this stuff. Now, from what I do hear, you know, I do hear the tales that the devs are slowly trying to work out a bunch of big bug fixes for the console versions, which, I mean, if they can end up just porting like all of the stuff that's going on, that would be very nice. But yeah, I hear that they're just working on a couple bug fixes, also some changes to the UI. So hopefully we're gonna see some more indicators as to the controls and stuff like that, rather than it just being so confusing to new players. But I mean, honestly speaking, who knows what's going to end up happening with that, right? But as far as grinding and just all the usual typical stuff, I've been hanging out with quite a few people just off camera and stuff like that. Not to mention, you know, we got the Discord. Links are in the description for that. If you ever want to come hang out, get on the mic chat and everything like that. And not to mention, we just have a really, really good community in general. And yeah, I've been grinding as much as I can, anyways, on this. And I'm really hoping that I can. Okay, stupid video game. I'm really hoping that I can end up getting a little bit more time to like actually grind and go on the console and stuff. Like, seriously, this game. One of the big things that I will say that I am honestly shocked out of my mind for. And I can't leave because this game is stupid and doesn't let me res or go to the club world. Okay, let's try that again. So one of the things that I find to be an exceedingly annoying feature, you know what, let's go into the water world because why not, is the fact that when people like invite you to anything, it just shows up in the middle of your screen and it's the same as the jump button. Like on the computer, you don't end up having that problem because the space bar doesn't actually like interact with any of the menus or anything, right? But on the console, I'm sitting here just trying to jump my way into a dungeon, and then I get invited, and it just ends up, like, attacking me and warping us out, and it's like, dude, what happened? Like, I don't know how this game managed to end up being even more annoying on the console version, you know? Not that it's like, I mean, that's the thing, like, it's like, this game's annoying. Like, I'm just gonna openly say that there's a lot of features about it that are just very, very backwards to me. Doesn't mean that it's not still one of my favorite games of all time, though, folks, for sure. Like, seriously, I don't want to give that impression. Die, you stupid freak. But it's too bad we couldn't show off the club world, folks, like, really, because I'm a little bit pressed for time, as you can probably already tell, just with this episode being kind of wish-washy all over the place. But I'm really hoping that by the next episode, I mean, at the least, I'm going to be able to give away some streamer boxes, but I'm really hoping that we can actually go and visit the club world, because it's gotten real cool, man. Like, there's a Dragon Ball pixel art, and there's also some mag rail trails everywhere, and the main cornerstone house that we ended up constructing is actually pretty cool too. I tried doing something a little bit different than my usual pagoda style house that I already did on Xbox and PC, right? Which I may end up building a house like that. Somebody actually already was building a house like that in the club world, so that was pretty cool. I really want to show off some of the builds and stuff like that, and should probably do like world tours on the console versions and stuff like that, right? But one of the things that is just going to end up being a bit of a trade-off with this game, folks, is I could either sit here and add 1,000 zillion people back, or don't quote me on this. You know, if somebody actually knows like the haps of how it ends up working, please let me know in the comments below. But how do the PlayStation communities end up working? Can people actually join those communities and follow my profile or follow the community, I mean, and like see when I'm online or something like that? Or does it just show like everybody that's in the community and maybe the creator shows up on the top and that's kind of how it ends up working? Either way, it would be great if there was a quick, easy way that everybody could end up seeing me without me having to manually add like tons and tons of people back, right? Just because even then, if that ends up happening, like Trove already can barely handle itself on console. Even on the PS4, it, you know, it definitely runs a lot smoother than the Xbox version, but the fact of the matter is that if I end up having a huge group of people around me that are filling up the entire world, like in the player limit within the world, like, you know, it still becomes unplayable. Like, it's too bad that that's the case, because it's like, I mean, you know, how can they ever hope to compensate for a freak like me that can fill up an entire world, right? You know, the average player doesn't have to deal with something like that. But still, even when you go into club worlds, you know, the frame rate dips like crazy. Not to mention, based on the complexity of the dungeon that you're in, like you see, we're getting a little bit more frame ratey stuff going on right now. And I know that most of that has to do with all of the prop items and everything like that that are around, right? But anyways, the other thing too that I wanted to mention, just in passing here, folks, because I didn't mention it for a while, is that I don't really have any alternative classes yet. I don't plan to. And that's the thing too, is I may, no, you tricked me once, I'm not going again. But I may possibly, through donations, be able to actually give out some pretty crazy prizes. Quite a few people have already been talking to me about, like, stuff that they want to give me so that I can give it away. Which, that said, I mean, honestly speaking, at the moment, I don't have anything. So most of that stuff is probably just going to go towards myself and then just go towards a shout out. So I want you to keep that in mind, folks. Okay? Because, you know, I'm probably just going to take it for myself because I need it, okay? Get out of here, you stupid mushroom man! Like, seriously, leave me alone, dude! I'm just trying to mine the Infinium! Enemies are so annoying in this game, dude. Like, they really gotta get rid of the knockback stat. They got rid of it for players. Once upon a time, there was a knockback stat that you could have with players, like on gear. One of the most annoying stats in the game. Nobody liked it. And then they ended up replacing that stat with the crit hit percentage, right? Because Trove wasn't like a complex game before the gem system. And even with the gem system, it's not complicated. You just kind of focus on like the main specific stats, and that's all there really is to it. You know what I mean? I still haven't gotten myself a shadow gun, and I'm also kind of slowly in the process of working on my gems, which, I mean, can you even say that you work on your gems? It's completely random. Come on, dude! You can do it, you stupid frame rate! Please get out of my face! I'm so spoiled coming from the computer, you know? Because I know that it's not that bad. It is still definitely playable, and honestly speaking, console gaming is not what it once was, where, you know, a game company tries to get the game to run at 60 frames. Now, even with these newer consoles, I'm surprised that most game developers are only trying to go for 30, you know? And, I mean, Trove, well, forget about it. But you know what? Let's actually end today's episode on this dungeon right here, because this is actually, like, this dungeon is always very nostalgic for me, because it's the first dungeon I ever completed within the Trove series, right? So, or at least the one that I ended up doing, like, on, like, the main thumbnail and stuff. Oh, man, I remember the good old times. That was when the knight was the only character that you started with, but I ended up getting a couple extra characters just because of the version of Trove that I bought. Now on console, we can already pick, like, out of all of the characters and stuff like that, and just, yeah, it'll be nice when they finally add the upgrades where they're gonna let us actually, like, craft classes, you know what I mean? So there we go, we got our daily out of the way. I got loot collect a bunch of items and stuff, and I wish that we could go into the club world today, but I guess we'll have to do that next time. So thanks so much for watching, everybody, very much appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content. Sign on, stay epic, everybody.